Happy holidays, and thank you for joining us for another episode of When You Give a Dog a Home. In this episode, we're going to introduce you to Pebble here, who is waiting to be reunited with her family. We're also going to introduce you to Penn. Penn is a wonderful dog who's waiting for his forever home. We'll also talk to Dr. Paula Haraway, who will tell us about all the things that they do for the homeless animals here at the Sallisaw Animal Care Facility. And she'll also tell us about a new organization that she has started here in Sequoia County for the welfare of homeless animals. I'm here with Lewis Brown at the Sallisaw Animal Care Facility, and Lewis, we have Penn today. He's a kind of a repeat featured animal. What can you tell us about Penn?
Well, he's about 4 years old by looking at his tartar on his teeth. He's full of energy.
Oh yeah.
It's not quite leash broken yet, but we're working on that when we can. He's some kind of shepherd mixed with. We're not sure what he's mixed with.
Lewis, you had mentioned leash breaking the dogs, that you're going to still working on leash breaking Penn. How long does that normally take? Does it normally vary by dog?
It's vary by dog. I mean, he's getting used to the harness. I don't think he'd do well with the collar and leash, but harnesses, what I use my dogs, it seems to be a little bit easier to learn to.
So Lewis, we have Pebble here, and Pebble's a very interesting story. You're working to try to reunite her with her family. What can you tell us about that?
Well, she was picked up Tuesday on the 14th. She's microchipped. We're waiting on the owners to contact us to see if we can get them back together.
Okay.
It's a good thing that she is microchipped. It's a great way to get the owners and their dogs back together because they can't lose microchip.
Sure. Now, did the microchip company reach out to the owners?
Yes, they supposed to email them or call them and text them that we have her, and they just let us know what her name was and that they are contacting the owners with our information. Okay.
So if you're watching this video, you may want to share it to see if it may help us find the owners. It sounds like the chip company has reached out to the owners somehow, but we might be able to reunite Pebble with her family with your help, maybe a little faster. We're joined here, as always, by Dr. Paula Haraway here at the Sallisaw Animal Care Facility, and we also have Mo with us. Dr. Haraway, one of the things that always strikes me when we visit the facility here is how when an animal is brought in, the dogs that are here are treated like kings and queens, and Mo is Exhibit A of that. We saw Mo, I think, about 2 months ago. Kind of a nutrition standpoint, I understand that these dogs were slightly malnourished when they were found. Just looking at him now, I can tell a huge difference. He's definitely been getting his 3 square meals a day. Can you tell our viewers some of the things that you do for the animals that come in here?
Well, when the animals come here, depending on the, kind of the state that they are in when they arrive, he was a fairly healthy puppy. He's less than a year old now, so he was pretty much ready to go through the whole gamut of being neutered, being vaccinated, wormed, everything that he needed. And then clearly they have grown him out to a very healthy little dog. He has really done well here. He's happy. The dogs here, they spend a lot of time keeping dogs together, making sure the dogs get along, that they put together, and they just take a lot of individual care of the animals out here.
What are some of the things that the public can do in terms of maybe donations or things like that to help you guys care for the animals that come in here?
Yeah, anything extra. We do have people like to bring toys. The dogs that we have out in the yard that play together, they do great with toys, but we kind of have to specifically have things that are maybe the really heavy rubber type because they'll tear them apart. They can destroy something in no time. And so the heavy toys that are harder to for them to mess up are a great donation item. We're always needing leashes and collars. We usually do pretty good on the blankets and towels and that type of thing. A lot of people are really generous on that. Treats, you know, we like to have, they always get individual treats as he like. He gets plenty of treats. Yeah, and so we use those treats to maybe train them with to try to get them to where they'll, you know, have better manners and handle for their adoptive family. So we can always use treats. That's pretty much what, you know, what we're usually in need of.
Sure. So you pour a lot of time and energy in caring for the animals here at the Sallisaw Animal Care Facility, and of course this facility handles animals that are within the Sallisaw city limits. Now, and you've started a nonprofit very recently that kind of expands the reach out for the entire county. What can you tell us about SAA?
So Sequoia Animal Advocates, we started because of the need that we were seeing out in the county. And when the sheriff's department sees terrible things out there, well, we know we can't bring all of that to the city shelter. It's not,
Sure.
you know, we have just a certain amount that we can handle here. So even though we don't currently have any kind of a facility for a shelter for county dogs, we're doing all we can on the medical side of it, and we're trying to help the sheriff's department and the police department handle the really bad things that we find out there where animals are really in crisis.
Great. So what we'll do is we'll provide a link to the Sequoia Animal Advocates website. But what can people do to kind of help you help animals throughout the county through SAA?
Because we have a location now in Sallisaw, and we also have an office in Muldrow. And really, monetary donations are better because we're purchasing equipment, everything that we need. Usually, the medications that I need, everything for the surgeries. So it's hard to tell specific things, but we too can use some toys and that type of thing for the animals that we have while they're in our care.
Yeah. Well, I know I tell you this every episode, but thank you so much for everything that you do for the community and for these animals. And we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
The Sallisaw Animal Care Facility is a non-kill animal shelter located in Sallisaw, Oklahoma. Call the Sallisaw Animal Care Facility at 918-775-6241 if you would like to adopt one of the dogs featured in this episode, or if you would like to volunteer at the shelter. This is One Sequoia.